What would your life look like if fear stopped making your decisions? Fear has never protected your destiny, it's only delayed it. Your brain responds to imagined fear and imagined success almost the same way. It fires the same stress or success pathways depending on what you rehearse most. If fear can be rehearsed, so can courage. I used to live in fear. It's funny when I think about some of the things that I feared, but I was living on eggshells, especially if my children were out of my sight. I was so afraid that someone would cause harm to my children. That sounds like a logical reaction, a mother being protective over her children, but I took it to the next level. I would imagine the absolute worst case scenarios of what could possibly go wrong. Meanwhile, my children were safe and living their best life. I remember I went on a girls' trip, and this was just about 2 years ago. And I don't know if it's because I was traveling internationally or I was out of my element, but fear overcame me on this trip of what could possibly go wrong. We were supposed to take a boat, a very small boat, from one island to the next, and I was terrified. That comes from a childhood traumatic incident. Um, Someone I know drowned, and so me getting on this boat, I didn't do it, guys. So I end up I eventually got there, but fear overcame me, and it was kind of embarrassing. But I was eventually able to do the boat ride, and I had the best time ever. But when I think about how afraid I was, man, what if I had not taken that boat ride? I would have missed out. It was so much fun. But anyway, I'm getting off track in the memory. That's just a couple of examples of how I allowed fear to get the best of me. Fear of relationships, fear of failure, uh, financial failure, fear of quitting the job that I hated. I really did live in fear back in the day. And I love to journal. So I used to write one day I'll do this, one day I'll try that, one day I'll stop, or one day I'll start this. Until one day I decided to write today. Now, fear didn't disappear, but I stopped asking for permission. Fear is loud. Fear sounds intelligent. Fear will show you the worst case scenarios in high definition. But fear is predictable, not a prophecy. It's a prediction, not a prophecy. It's about what may happen, not what's going to happen. It usually won't even happen. Over fear it's not emotional, it's behavioral. So I've come up with a couple of tangible and practical things that you can do in your everyday life to help you overcome fear. And the first one is to shrink it. Identify the fear so that you can overcome it. Ask yourself, what is causing the fear? Is this fear self protecting, or is it self sabotage? Imagine the outcome and come up with the solution. Come up with every angle of what could go wrong, and come up with a solution of how you're going to fix it. And now you can see that fear is not based on facts, but thoughts. Distracting yourself from thoughts gets rid of the fear. Don't try to conquer the mountain, just touch the rock. If you're afraid to start the business, register the name. If you are afraid to record the podcast, record 60 seconds. If you're afraid to apply for the job or for the loan, fill out the form. Fear weakens when you step when your steps are small enough to where you feel safe. Fear weakens. So the second one, speak before you feel ready. Your nervous system waits for proof of safety. Affirmations become that proof. So out loud, not in your head, you're going to say out loud your affirmations. I can handle this. My growth is safe. I am learning as I go. Your brain listens to your voice more than your thoughts. The third one is to visualize the after, not the fall. Fear shows you falling, So you must intentionally show your mind landing. Close your eyes and rehearse success. See the finished product. See the conversation going well. See yourself calm. Your brain practices what you picture. The fourth one is to move your body. Fear is stored energy. So take the walk, stretch, dance, shake your arms around, scream at the top of your lungs. That's actually my favorite one. When your body moves, the mind follows. The fifth one is to replace your what if it fails with what if it works. That's manifestation. Fear asks one question, so you ask another. What if the door opens? What if this changes everything? What if I'm stronger than I think? Fear doesn't disappear, but your responses change. Affirmations interrupt the spiral. Mantras stabilize your breathing, and manifestation retrains your focus. Fear doesn't vanish. You simply get better at moving through it. You practice courage the same way fear practiced you. Repetition. Believe in yourself. Do not fear failure. Whether you are suffering because of memory or imagination, you have the power to overcome any obstacle. Affirmations, manifestation, mantras, journaling, these tools help you create a stable base so that your intelligence will always work for you and not against you. And now I invite you to recite a few affirmations that help me overcome fear. So take them with you today, speak them until you feel like they're true or until they are true, and let these affirmations meet you exactly where you are. So take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. I move forward even when fear speaks. I choose belief over limitation. I rehearse success more than failure. I act in small ways that build big courage. I am safe to grow. I am not controlled by fear. I am guided by wisdom. I can feel fear and still move forward. Fear is a signal, not a sign. I trust myself to handle whatever comes next. Every time I choose courage, I rewire my mind for strength. Fear may knock, but it does not get to decide. So today, I want you to take one small action, speak one bold affirmation, visualize one successful outcome. That's how courage is built. Not always in grand gestures, not in daily decisions. And here in this space, we choose courage. Before you leave, take another slow breath with me. Inhale and release. No matter what season you're in, you are not behind. You are becoming exactly who you are supposed to be. Protect your mind, guard your energy, move with intention, and remember the soil does not panic while the roots are growing. Stay deeply rooted and rising, and I will see you back here next time. Peace.